Hello and welcome to Breakfast Central. It's good to be back here on the air to bring to you the latest stories from across the continent and also here, particularly in Nigeria. Trust you're doing good. Hope you had a fantastic night rest. For us here on News Central, especially on Breakfast Central, our duty definitely remains our focus. Welcome. My name is Joe Hansen.
And I'm Gbenga. Welcome to Breakfast Central. We're happy to welcome you to the midweek edition of the program. We have a lot in store for you, as always. And the trio, yes, we're all complete. The team is here, and we'll do justice to all the big stories making the rounds across the country, and also when we take deep dives into our major conversations of the day. And I must say, Joe, you're looking very business-like. You know, this is the season of political posters. When politicians roll up their sleeves, you know, this is when they braid hair, this is when they eat agbado on the road. This is their campaign mood, you know, roll the sleeves and we're ready for work. But what happens when they get there? They start, I mean, it's almost like it's politicking all over and over again. Or they start making excuses that the previous administration did this. But let's hope things would face governance, because Nigeria is playing catch up in a lot of areas, and there's a sense of urgency to fix things. Lives are at stake and people's well-being. So we appeal to members of the political class to please do what they're elected to do, their primary responsibility.
We've gotten to that period of Ijebu Gari, rappers, you know, not forgetting all of that being brought to the people. This is the season. It started already. That's one. Secondly, I think I personally am not impressed with the recent situation concerning the Makoko issue, the Makoko demolitions. I mean, the Lagos State House of Assembly is just waking up and saying they should stop the demolitions of everything happening in Makoko. And I'm like, okay, so what were you guys?
You're like, good morning.
All the while. You just woke up. Oh, you just found out that the people died? Oh, wait, you didn't hear about the demolitions all the while? Oh, I forgot. You were busy looking into the budget. Okay. Oh, I forgot. You were also looking at how much will be spent in buying new cars for them. Oh, I also forgot. Oh, the new houses and the, you know, refurbishment and all of that. That heavy budget. That's what they were looking at.
They say that anytime a person wakes up, there's an African proverb that says, anytime you wake up is your morning.
Ah, okay.
So that's why in the military, every time is morning.
Yes, morning, sir.
Morning, sir.
Yes, sir.
At night. Morning, sir.
So good morning to our lawmakers.
I'm sure you remember that major where we used to work before. Morning, sir.
Oh, Major. Yeah. He was, that's true. I should go and look for him one of these days.
He's still there.
He is? Okay, we'll go and look for him.
Yes,
anyway, you're welcome to Breakfast Central. We're streaming live on YouTube, News Central TV Live. It's the platform, and we go there to take your comments and your reactions to the stories that we are exploring. We're going to be starting the show this morning on a very, very controversial note, as there have been reactions surrounding a viral video showing the former Edo State Governor, Senator Adams Oshiomhole, in what appears to be a private jet, seated opposite a woman and massaging her feet. The woman, identified by her Instagram handle, has since drawn public attention, with the footage sparking mixed reactions across social media.
Slow motion for better effect.
Wow.
Yeah, I like the massage. It's very soothing.
Everything's soft.
This is a sitting senator of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Okay.
Oh, wow, Joe, wow.
Oh, no, it's a sitting senator.
Okay.
And it's sitting. Can't you see that position in the private jet?
You know,
wow.
That's what you call
queen treatment only.
Queen treatment and a comrade massage.
A comrade massage.
Yes.
Yeah, right.
It's queen treatment.
The massage, the comrade.
This, of course, you're wondering why is this so much of a big deal? It stirred debate given Oshiomhole's past as a prominent Labour leader who once championed workers' rights.
I mean, even that Green had a verse dedicated to Oshiomhole. Mo ni fight for him, mo can she Oshiomhole. In pom pom pom. That song.
Wow.
Mo lenu be pom 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 pom.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he made it to pop culture history. Yes.
So people are wondering, first of all, why are we making a lot of noise about this video? You first see the woman walking majestically. You know, so this is the thing. Everything, I mean, on a much lighter note, everything was not making it to social media.
Different people.
It's a different babe.
This is not his
Yeah.
wife.
So they've analyzed and asked if it's his wife. But I mean,
I don't know the status of his wife.
I don't know the status of his wife. I don't know the status of his marriage.
No laws were broken in giving the massage. I mean, you have to give it to the senator. He has good taste.
It is not my business what he does in his private life.
Yeah.
However, why this has become an issue of public controversy, I mean, it's because, can we please come back into the studio?
Is that Santorini or Erin Jesha
It not
waterfalls?
concern me. The reason,
You know, Shaw said food is cheap now. In
exactly.
Nigeria.
So that's what I wanted to start with.
Wow.
The reason why this has sparked a lot of controversy, because you may wonder why we're making a big deal out of what a man does in his private or with his private life. First of all, there's an interview that recently went viral where Oshiomhole was interviewed on Channels TV, and he said that Nigerians are saying that food is very cheap now. That was the first thing he said. Now, the second reason why this is a huge issue is because he's a sitting senator. A sitting senator in a country that's, that talks about how we should observe austerity measures. We should cut our coat according to our cloth.
Hundreds of millions are living in multi-dimensional poverty.
Abject poverty. We're in a country that is struggling to make ends meet, and this is an ostentatious display of wealth, which coincidentally contradicts the very foundation of Oshiomhole's political identity as a labor leader. The picture of a labor leader is one who is an aluta fighter. You're fighting for the rights of the common man. That video does not in any way represent.
Well, what's his wearing in that video represents his aluta background, because he's wearing those comrade type uniforms.
He that fights and runs away
austere
shall live to fight another day. Please let the man enjoy his time.
Long before, for the Gen Zs that are watching this program this morning, long before there was a VDM, there was an Adams Oshiomhole.
Absolutely.
Who used to fight for the rights of the common man. But I guess since he said food is cheap, and Nigerians are complaining that food is too cheap now, so there's no reason to fight anymore. Let's live. Live and let's live. Let's enjoy life.
You're talking about a former APC chairman.
But
you're talking about a former governor.
We can crack jokes about this as much as we want.
Me, I'm not cracking jokes.
But it's not even funny. And it's not funny because, again, we are going back to what is the origin. As a public servant, there's a certain ostentatious display of wealth that people find offensive. As a public
be
servant,
sensitive.
You are serving the country. You are there as a senator representing citizens. And that picture is not a picture that represents someone who is out there serving his citizens. We don't care what anybody does in their private life. But the moment you bring it to social media, it has become our business. The question will be, how are you getting that money? Is it the citizens' taxpayers' money that you are using to flaunt a very lavish display, lavish lifestyle? This then goes back to states governors who are being paid salaries, even while they're not governors. I beg to differ,
huge pension
but I can
funds,
argue that he's still receiving salaries. He's still receiving pension to the tune of what the incumbent is earning. He's earning a lot of money. First, as a former governor. Secondly, as a senator of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. That's a lot of money, which now leads us to saying we need to go back to the drawing board. First things first. Many states need to be like the Abia State governor. His name just slipped out of my
Alex
mind.
Otti.
Thank you very much. Alex Otti. Many governors need to be like Alex Otti. Many states and lawmakers need to be like Alex Otti. You need to ensure that you sign a bill into law that ensures once a governor is out of office, he no longer earns pension to the tune of what the incumbent is earning. He no longer has the salaries, allowances, and all the extras.
It's a drain on state resources. And we're talking about austerity measures that Nigerians should tighten their belt, they should sacrifice, but the political class never sacrifices. And I'm sure you guys have seen this recently on social media, the wrist watches, the watch game of executive officials, of government officials. These are going into the tune of $200,000, the minimum, $50,000, $20,000. Emmanuel Macron was doing an interview on TV, and it was talking about workers' welfare and all of that. And then he realized he had an expensive watch on. Because he was so conscious of it, he removed it. And by the time his hands came back up, the watch was gone. This guy's I mean, if you look at their salary, the revenue package, it doesn't match what they are putting on their wristwatches. And that's just wristwatches. But they don't care. They're not sensitive to the needs and the plight of the
Permit me
people.
to track back to Monday with my new quote. Nigerians are Nigeria's problem. I like what is happening. It's good. And why I say I like it, it's very good. People always think that the oil and gas sector is the biggest sector. It's a lie. It's a political sector. It's now a sector that I choose to call it. It is the biggest sector in Nigeria and in Africa.
I mean, how else would you explain selling nomination forms for 30
what are
million
you telling?
naira?
100 million naira. How would you sell a presidential form for 100 million naira?
How much is
and
paper?
people will buy it. Isn't
How
that
much
a
is
sector
printer?
that is
How much is
thriving?
ink?
Well, you're even going far. The current Senate president, take a look at his past antecedents. He has worked in government almost all forms, apart from having his own private practice back then.
FCT minister too.
Check it out. Check the FCT minister. There is
Local
no
government
prior.
chairman too.
There is no company, no nothing. Aside from the fact, engineers are now becoming politicians and they are gaining wealth. Look at Malami, who is under the EFCC custody. Look at what he said he's earning every month. Look at what he has acquired while in office. And you are telling me that they will not kill, they will not maim, they will not fight to get into power. They know that once you get into that political seat, I mean, look at the monthly, look at the annual budget of states. Look at the figures.
I mean, you're doing this. I mean, if it was,
if you're going to give me 150 million,
it's when you compare it to how people
buy a car.
are living, how ordinary Nigerians are living, how they are struggling to survive.
You see,
that's what makes it very
That is
annoying.
the irony of every single thing. If you're going to compare it to buying a car, you're giving me 150 million to buy a car. You're going to give me 100 million naira for home allowances, house allowance. You're going to give me monthly, every sitting. I'm earning almost 4 million. Then guess the biggest part? The contracts. The contracts.
Yes.
You ensure that it's well shared. Oh, okay, Alpha, I must get my own share of the contract. So whether you like it or not, Nigerians cry from today till tomorrow. Nothing will happen because guess what? Nigerians are Nigeria's problem. When you're ready, then definitely you might want to say, okay, it's high time. It's high time
Maybe we're just the one making
we
a lot
change
of
this.
noise in the studio about how important the conversations on what we just watched is. And it's not a conversation about morality. It's more about it's political bankruptcy and showing the service, the heart of politicians and service to the nation. Again, whatever you do in your private life is your business. But the moment you're a public servant, everything you do will come under scrutiny.
Business.
It becomes our business. Let's see what Nigerians are saying on X. Keep your comments coming on YouTube. After we take what Nigerians are saying on X, then we'll head to YouTube to take comments from the chat box. But let's go to X and take a few tweets this morning. Producers? Okay.
Trophy says, funny how it's always private jet. Mystery lady and sudden deletions, never accountability. The real issue is in the message, is your
Isn't the massage?
and the optics. Public office demands a level of discipline and awareness because once you're a public figure, nothing is really private. And Nigerians are tired of leaders who treat seriousness like a joke. They are not tired. I understand you, but they are not tired. Jumps
I
on it
love
to
it,
say,
I love it.
Exactly. When Comrade tags him, says food prices have dropped, okay. He's not speaking from the marketplace. He's speaking from 30,000 feet. A man who can casually rent a private jet for indulgent personal errands, just so he could massage the foot of an OnlyFans South African female. I did not say it. He said it. Lives in a different economic universe altogether. How would someone so insulated from daily struggle know the price of garri, rice, or cooking oil? Hunger doesn't register in first class, and inflation is invisible when your life runs on private jets and dirty, privileged field lifestyle. This strikes hard, hits hard though, and quite bitter. Let's see, we have more tweets quickly, but that's coming from Moyole Showore. Okay, this pretty much small. Let me see if I can possibly get a look at this squint. Well, Adeniji says, I can't help but wonder what and how Senator Adams Oshiomhole's children must feel right now watching their father trend, not for legacy, not for transformational leadership, but for headlines linked to public embarrassment of their father flirting as a sugar daddy. The painful irony, a state he led for 8 years still battling poverty and roads that hardly reflect governance, while his voice in the Senate feels louder in controversy than in impact. It is heartbreaking when those once trusted with the hopes of the people slowly become reminders of our collective disappointment. Leadership was never meant to be a luxury funded by the suffering of citizens. And now, as another election season approaches, the familiar cycle of sweet promises and political persuasion is already in the air. The playbook is old, but Nigerians must not be. May God show mercy on Nigeria and awaken our conscience to demand better, because a nation rises only when its leadership remembers that power is stewardship, not entitlement. Well, that's another tweet, quite lengthy, but hits the mark. Senator Oshiomhole says,
as a fellow
Ambassador,
comrade.
in the spirit of the struggle, Comrade Adams was just with a fellow comrade from South Africa. What is the problem with you people? I can smell the sarcasm, hidden in that tweet. Another one, Odelora says, this is the reality we ignore while citizens struggle with hospitals, snake bites, killing somebody, education, and basic needs. Power and privilege are being flaunted in the most brazen ways. No wonder iniquity keeps growing. Accountability is stranger, and so on. Well, know this and no peace, King of the South says, the Nigerian that will save Nigeria can't grow in Nigeria. A system will reproduce the same system. Read that again. Deep. From NLC president fighting for minimum wage to rubbing feet on a private jet while the country faces its worst economic crisis. The transition of Nigerian labor leaders needs to be studied. They don't want to fix the system. They just want to join the elite. And how do you start? You know better.
I wonder how the current president of NLC, Mr. Joe Ajero, will feel about this. Maybe.
Sorry about the laugh. Anyway, let's head to YouTube. This is a real sorry for the laugh situation. Let's head to YouTube and take comments. You are wondering how Joe Ajero is. That what Joe Ajero is thinking about? Is that one his business?
Maybe future ambitions.
Okay. Our first tweet this morning. Good morning. Send TV, Mrs. T. Johnson, I hope I didn't mispronounce that, says, listen to this, told the lady we work together here that we don't have 24 hours electricity in Nigeria. She said, what? Guess the question she asked. She said, what will happen to the meat inside the freezer? I shook my head. But just look at this one. Meat
inside the freezer is the list of your problems.
It's the list of...
Is that the person that has meat? That be worried about meat inside freezer.
These days, you go to restaurants, when they ask of, Mama, give me amala, give me this protein meat.
Check Mama.
Everybody's a vegetarian.
But food is now cheap now. I thought Oshiomhole said food is cheap.
Yes.
Maybe on 30,000 feet up. No, maybe it's cheap.
No, food is now
first
cheap.
class.
Guys, food is cheap.
Okay, Franco Bute says, Oshobaba giving a timeless style massage with unmatched quality, and he puts this finger sticker, clock it. We have Mokuye Chukwemeka who says, there are no consequences for things like this. Watch Oshiomhole's fans defend him. God will not make decisions for us as Nigerians.
No.
Chuka Ochiama says, of course I keep repeating that our rulers only come to power to amass humongous wealth and to also enjoy themselves along with their pepper-soupious, charming girlfriend.
Wow.
We've learned a new word.
Wow.
All through today, I must use pepper-soupious.
Pepper-soupious.
Please keep the comments coming on YouTube, and we will keep taking them. Again, we must say that public office holders must realize that they are accountable to Nigerians. You can't ask for us to pay tax and not be able to defend the quality of life you're living. We need to ask questions. Until we ask questions, we'll continue seeing
Africa Report did a piece just last week on Senator Ekorimadu, who's in jail in the United Kingdom, and said he has allegedly earned over £300,000 while he's in detention in another country. So when you juxtapose the amount public office holders get as emoluments, as welfare for salaries and everything that accrues to them, and you compare it to the Human Development Index, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. If you're a country like Singapore, the Principality of Monaco, Switzerland, countries, Liechtenstein, countries that are rich and can afford it, why not? But you look at the plight of a common man. They're living in abject poverty, majority of Nigerians, and then you see the lifestyle of public office
all you care
holders.
about is to
It's
destroy
really, really
Makoko,
sad.
to destroy Makoko, destroy houses that you are not even providing.
For overriding public interest that
You are
will
not
end up
providing
as
the houses.
luxury estates for the few that can afford it.
You are
Very
still,
terrible.
is it not shameful that you're still proud of what a late predecessor did?
40 years ago.
Lateef Jakoli that built houses. You have not built any.
Let's move away from,
story,
you know, videos of massages and let's move on to Kano State. Another video circulating on social media shows what appears to be a herdsman walking openly armed with a firearm along streets in Kano State in broad daylight, sparking alarm among residents and intense debate online about public safety and security enforcement in urban areas. The footage shared widely on X and Facebook prompted some users to criticize the perceived ease with which an individual could carry a weapon through a busy city, raising fears over arms proliferation and inadequate policing, while others expressed concern about broader security in parts of northern Nigeria. Let's take a look at the video.
So mun fa abin da muke gani yanzu a Dawanau kenan. A Dawanau gari kenan. Mun fa Kano mun fara yin baki. Mun fa Kano mun fara yin baki. Sai dai Allah ta mana.
That's what we have in today's modern Nigeria, where people walk openly and freely with guns on the streets. And then you wonder and ask yourself, where are the security operatives? Are you expecting the people to report them or to do something? They can't. And this, as we hear, is in Kano State.
So a number of things that come to mind.
lot.
First of all, is it not a crime to openly carry firearms? Is this person licensed to carry this firearm? Do they have a license under the, you know, Firearms Act? So you think about a number of things. What has made us get to the point where people are this comfortable to do this in broad daylight? It's one thing to do it in the middle of the night when you think law enforcement agents are not watching. But for you to get to the point to brazenly carry it out in the daytime, it means that this has been done over and over again, and there haven't been consequences. It's why they can get away with it.
I mean, the only reason I can deduce for the level of confidence, and I mean, in broad daylight, is protecting his herd, and he's openly
Protecting his herd with a gun?
And openly carrying a firearm is that he probably has a license somewhere that gives him the right to, because this is, I mean, it's broad daylight, he's not hiding it, and he must, because I don't understand where that level of confidence will come from.
Will he be interrogated?
There are security operatives in different parts.
Of course, they can find him if they want to.
In different parts of the metropolis in Kano.
Is he even aware that he's committing a crime?
You see, let me just add this, guys. We are slowly and gradually, with so much speed, deteriorating in every single facet. Just look at it. Look at it again. Just recently, a snake bite killed someone. The hospitals did not have the anti-venom. And that same, just yesterday, the Senate now sat down, convened, and said, gave a directive. All hospitals must have anti-venom going forward. Called on the Minister of Health.
Do they know you need 24 hours electricity?
I wanted to say, would they also ensure that they pass a bill to ensure that we have 24 hours electricity to preserve it?
If you look at all aspects, all facets, it's starting,
I'm not an expert, but...
And all we think about is politicking.
But from,
this move shows what politicizing issues can lead to.
But from this video, others will argue that, you know, you have hunters that carry dang guns, you have people that... No, it's a valid argument. If you go around, you have security, you have community development associations where they organize, and some of the security personnel do carry weapons, so they could argue. Personnel? No, I'm just saying, what does the law say about open carry and licensing of firearms?
Does he work with the NSC?
No, you don't. You don't have to. They're civilians. You can apply for a license. You can apply for a firearm license.
So if I have a gun, I can bring my gun to the studio
I'm
as we're
not.
talking,
That's
I'm like
you're
this.
being extreme here. No, I'm just saying, for the sake of argument, that you can apply for a license and get a license to carry a gun.
Whatever
But the license is not just given to any random person. You and I can't just apply to get a license to carry
There
a
has to be a
firearm.
background check. They
Right?
have to-
No. We don't have. If this is not America, it's not America where you can own a firearm and then you apply. If you're not a security official, what's the explanation for you owning a firearm? It's not legal. We don't permit carrying of firearms. Something as small as carrying all these little things, even pepper spray, a number of people will categorize it as illegal. So it's now a whole firearm. It's not legal. It's an offense. It's a crime.
Granted.
But people apply for firearms for protection.
You have
for
people
protection.
who have firearms because they've applied.
Yeah, and for
You have
protection.
people, there are people who have firearms, facts.
That are non-security
They are non-security
civilians.
operatives. They applied, they've gotten. I mean, I used to have a friend, yes. And there's detailed security check. From DSS, everybody check, complete.
It'd be nice to actually
The question
reach out
is,
to law
who did the
enforcement.
detailed security check for this individual?
I beg, let's leave
Who
that.
screwed?
What is
Let's see
detailed
what
security
Nigerians
check
are
about
saying,
that?
please. Let's see. Every morning you wake up, you just drink your tea and hope for something better, maybe. What are the Nigerians saying about this, Director? You ready for us now? Police, I'm genuinely curious to know if it is permissible under Nigerian law for individuals to openly carry firearms like this in public. I can pause and answer, no. If a herder can openly carry such a weapon to protect his livestock, why aren't ordinary citizens allowed to legally obtain and carry similar firearms for their own self-defense against terrorists, bandits, and kidnappers? Looking forward to reading from you, Benjamin Undeng. We do hope that he responds. Wow. Majid Raji says, likely a prelude to something bigger for somewhere farther away. Then the excuse ready and handy. What is really wrong with herding cattle with guns? They did it around here, and it didn't hurt anyone. What has the come of police done? Has the governor said anything? Well, the governor just defected to APC, so he's focused on the mandate. Wow, just wow. What's popping? And he's like, and his ilk won't see this and condemn it. They will turn a blind eye. But if this thing is happening in the southern parts of Nigeria, they will be quick to run their mouth. In addition, are there no police or any other security operatives in Kano State? This place doesn't look like a rural area. So what gave him the effrontery to display arms in broad daylight? There is certainly more to this. Okay. Gibbs Aloma says, nothing to see here, just first-class citizen crossing the road.
The VIP escort.
Escort. What are the first-class citizens there? Anyway, he's not even hiding the firearm. At Police NG, please investigate and take proper action. This shouldn't be happening. And our politicians know they hide their corruption. Terrorists know they hide their gun. Okay, now. And guys,
we need to do something about proliferation of arms across the country. I mean, that's why you have unknown gunmen in some parts of the country. You also have herders openly carrying firearms. The police should come out and explain to the public what the situation is with firearms. Are there some Nigerians that are privileged to carry firearms, and are there other Nigerians that shouldn't carry firearms, or does it have to do with geographical locations, so Nigerians know how to act when they see things like this? It's in the interest of the general public, for their safety, to have a clear understanding and directive of what the law says about this. And hopefully the PRO of the Nigerian Police Force, Mr. Benjamin Undeng, will respond to this public appeal.
Gbenga, let's just keep our fingers crossed, and let's hope that every single thing would come to light in terms of the explanation on why that individual has chosen to come out in broad daylight, hold a weapon, and walk freely like it's normal. The next time, after all, we see policemen also hold their guns and walk around the streets.
Until the day
closed.
somebody will have high blood
And
pressure
so-
when they see that thing and they will pass out, and then they will now sue them for being anyway.
Sue?
I really sometimes when I say some of these things, I'm like, yeah, in Nigeria, you need to be calming down.
You know, people. Just to wrap things up, as I wrap up, because we need
I
to
think
go
we
for
still
a
have one more
headline.
top story. We
No,
will have
we're
time to
done.
come back and
No, we're
okay.
done. And just to wrap up, and like somebody would say, there's a thin line between demarketing Nigeria and marketing Nigeria. But then again, I
No,
would
between
say,
the marketing Nigeria and actually factually stating what is wrong with Nigeria?
No, I'm going somewhere between marketing Nigeria and demarketing Nigeria. Marketing is the positives, the lights, the beautiful things, and so on. Demarketing is what you just have to say because it is true. And somebody approached me and said, oh, I watch you in the morning. Don't you think sometimes maybe we can color it? And what are you coloring? What is bad is bad. And then boils down to just ensuring that people would understand the truth.
I will
But
say,
there are
in
also
addition,
positive things happening.
there are
now.
positive things.
agree.
But I will state in addition to that, yes, that there really is a thin line between demarketing and stating factually what is happening. Because there are many people who say, oh, you're demarketing Nigeria, but the truth is, did this happen or did this not happen? Is this the reality or is this not the reality? And we can't fold our hands and pretend like things aren't going wrong. It's our responsibility to call them out, especially with our capacity as the fourth estate of the realm. We will continue to call out these things. But let's share with you the top stories for today, and then we'll get into the conversations proper. This morning on Breakfast Central, President Tinubu hosts World Bank, says Nigeria is not turning back on reform. President Tinubu asks Wike to halt Governor Fubara's impeachment. Governors under pressure to account for 9 trillion naira federal allocations. Wow. Wike's PDP faction schedules National Convention for March. Interesting. We'll be bringing you the newspaper front pages this morning. Stick with us for all these and more.